Hi, collective. So it's 11/22/2023, 5:13 a.m. And this is on healing from alcohol abuse. And I hope this helps. It's just information. Please seek your medical doctor, your mental health doctor, or therapist. The medical doctor on mental health is a psychiatrist who can write prescriptions. Um, Also, I use sage and cleanse our area. Our body is our temple, and we want to respect our body. It's connected to our mind and um, spirit. So, Archangel Metatron, please protect the collective's technology, my technology. Thank you for clearing our space. Archangels in the four corners of the rooms, in my room, around our homes, around my home, also our life. And thank you for our divine guidance and your protection and everything else that um, you guys are involved in for the collective. Um, we want to thank our galactic families, our archangels, of course, ascended masters. Thank you, Jesus Christ. Thank you, Heavenly Father, Divine, Most High, Universal Life Force, Source. Um, the divinity in us honors the divinity in you, Mother Earth. We also want to thank our ancestors who we love dearly um, and our divine guides who we appreciate. And it's all good, right? And our good friends, all the good souls, the kindred spirits. And we also want to thank the karmics for helping us to evolve too, because life is learning and blessings are a lesson. And so we are all um, one, whether you see it or not. Um, we help each other, and we have soul contracts, and we also have um, a lot to learn to get closer to God and realize who our creator is. Waking up to our creator makes it all worth it, right? Right, galactic family, right, archangels, everyone. We are a team. So our energy and our space is clean, cleansed. So I guess I want to show you guys this bracelet. It has magnets on it. Um, it's good for your lymph node system, which is the tree of life in your body. And when you when it's clogged, it can have toxins in it that can make you sick. And when you drain your lymph nodes, you can look up good foods that will help cleanse that. And also this magnet bracelet. I got this on Amazon, and let me explain it. It's called Uswell, Uswel, and it also helps you to lose weight when you lose the lymph node toxins. So, what the magnets do, it's magnetic therapy, work on the blood flow through capillae. Well, capillaries are the smallest vessels in your body. And if you notice, a lot of alcoholics will have broken capillaries in their skin because that's what it does. You can tell because the broken capillaries on their surface of their skin. The blood flow through capillary So if you have the magnetic field, it helps the blood flow. I'm just taking a look at this really quick. Saying you don't need chemical pills. What is magnetic therapy? Well, we know the Earth has natural magnetics, right? That gives us energy. See, you can produce your own energy. And for the wily coyote out there, karmics who like to energy siphon, you don't have to energy siphon. Mother Earth provides magnets, energy. Um, there's lots of healing tools too magnetize your bod. So, what is magnetic therapy? Magnetic therapy is a natural, non invasive, holistic healing used by millions of people worldwide to help relieve pain, reduce inflammation, restore positive energy, and enhance sleep. It is safe, effective, and simple to use alternative health solution. Magnetic therapy is believed to help with pain relief, reduce inflammation, restore natural energy, restore your own natural energy, increase blood circulation, promote the metabolic processing of toxins, support the healing process, reduce stress, anxiety, fatigue, insomnia, and migraines, relief from tennis and golfer's elbow and tendinitis. So it was $45 and shipped right away. So it says your 60 seconds makes an impact. Oh, they want my feedback. Oh my gosh. Always feedback. Piles of feedback. It's good. I understand it's beneficial to help again business grow. I just got other things to do. Oh, and also I wanted to show you this yogi tea is also good for energy. I just put it in, I put hot water or water, I put regular lukewarm um, room temperature water in my coffee maker. I take the coffee pod out and I just put a tea bag in my coffee cup and voila, I have tea or even sun tea. I'll put it out on the patio and get energy. It's smile with sweet tangerine, positive energy. And this yogi tea is also non GMO and supports elevated mood and energy levels. So don't take the Red Bull or any of those. They're bad for your kidneys and your liver, especially if you're drinking a lot of alcohol and you need to strengthen your liver. You can take thistle. Thistle herb is you can get go to a health food store and you can buy them in a capsule. Anyone at the health food store will help you with that, or just look up online. Okay. So the thing about um, first of all, I'm going to give you a peer-reviewed article because this is with science and it's an official, it's not an opinion. This has it's a scientific way with a study, a research study by a certain amount of gurus checked, and it's very strict on it's government funded. So there's a lot of rules on doing this accurately. Okay, so this was published in 2020 and by Iran J, who's a psychiatrist. And overall, the six elements endorsed most is less than 90% as definitely belonging in their definition included three elements of essential recovery: being honest with myself, handling negative feelings without using drugs or alcohol, being able to enjoy life without drinking or using drugs, and it's high on life. Also, if you're pregnant, please do not drink. There's prenatal, the babies are born smaller and have nervous issues. On So I hope and pray that you would put your baby first before anything else. So, addiction recovery, a systematized review, and this also has Murnush in Ananlu, Bahmani, Ali Farhudain, and Faro Rafi that are also in this study. Okay. Um, So the objective in this abstract is to, despite the fact that a practical definition of addiction recovery is necessary to conduct an appropriate intervention and research, this concept is still vague, and there is no consensus over its meaning on how to measure it. Thus, the study aimed to define and clarify this concept based on the available literature. So their method is theoretical part of Schwartz-Barkott and Kim's hybrid model of concept analysis was used to analyze the concept of addiction recovery to find the relevant literature on electronic search on valid databases was conducted using keywords related to the concept of addiction recovery. And then they go over all of their um, databases that they use, and their results from 9,520 articles is 39 were reviewed and analyzed. 5 attributes were selected, including the process of change, being holistic, being client centric, learning healthy coping, and being multi stage. Antecedents are organized into 2 interacting categories: personal and social resources. Personal resources refer to the person, his or her addiction, and the treatment characteristics, while social resources refer to the family, the community, and the context resources. Addiction recovery leads to sustained abstinence, improved physical and psychological health, improved quality of life and satisfaction, meaningful living, and citizenship. The conclusion of what we learned from this study is these findings may form a basis for the theories, scales, and criteria for the assessment of addiction recovery and will be useful in clinical practices and research. Also, these findings could help healthcare professionals to understand the concept of addiction recovery, which is important in improving the recovering person in all aspects of rehabilitation. We will report the implementation and analytical phase of this research project, namely the addiction recovery concept in Iran. So, so when there's abstinence, it helps with the chronic relapsing. Chronic means long term. It's a condition, it's a disorder, it's abuse. It's abuse to yourself. So we have to learn self love, self respect, self worth to, um, we're going to have something. So make it, replace that um, harmful substance with something more healthy, right? Um, have an apple instead, or um, like Perrier and some lime and um, lemon. There's all kinds of ways you can. There's lots of waters with flavors, with sparkling, um, that you can drink that will keep your wits about you and your health, your your nervous system, your breathing, your um, your health, your mental health, because alcohol is it is a depressant, and it will affect our health and our mental state of health. So there's advocates of addiction recovery and treatment of the substance use disorders, SUD, are categorized into the scientific community of the individuals going through the rehabilitation. Each group advocates a different set of recovery concepts and practices that have been formally co-functioned. The researchers in the first group, including physicians, substance abuse disorder is said, SUD. Experts, medical centers, medical circles define recovery as a process involving clinical diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation. And this goes hand in hand with our healing, our deep soul healing that is an emotional state. We heal the emotions. Um, let's take a look at some affirmations. Um, so, what is recovery? Study argued that the study findings illustrate substantial agreement among people who consider themselves in recovery and in how they define recovery. Overall, the six elements endorsed most less than 90% as definitely belonging in their definition included three elements of essential recovery. Essential meaning needed, like water is essential. So, so essential recovery, being honest with myself, handling negative feelings without using drugs or alcohol, being able to enjoy life without drinking or using drugs like I used to, is being reasonable to ourselves, okay? Having a reasonable way of handling something, a change, getting your sea legs, right? Um, So there's enriched recovery, which is a process of growth and development, reacting to life's ups and downs in a more balanced way than I used to, taking responsibility for the things I can change. That's going within, reflecting, going deep within. Although factor scores for these domains were significantly higher among individuals with greater levels of 12-step exposure, the magnitude of differences is small, suggesting that the elements in those factors, many of which indeed reflect 12-step principles, appear to be somewhat universal among survey participants. Humphreys urged caution not to lose track of the relative agreement among those with lived experience and to avoid definitions so broad, exactly generalizing, that are meaningless or divorced from lived experience, meaning a personal, from an individual, and that sometimes people don't want to seek help for that because there's a stigma. Well, the stigma is already going to come up because of the health damage. The health, life quality, and chronic disorders have, however, been promoted along with the notion of recovery, and few studies have been performed on the qualities and characteristics of recovery. It is possible, and there is a lot of people who have recovered, who live happy, fulfilling lives, who've healed and changed. I have friends who do that. They post on Facebook how long, how many years, their anniversary, and it's amazing to see how much. their life has improved. They're happier, they're feeling it. So let's see. LMNOP. I want to look up the affirmations, the emotional root. And if you have a good psychologist or therapist, let them know you would like to do some intense therapy to uproot these deep emotions. Also, possible, where you look, I don't know what it's called, I forget, rapid eye movement or something. No, it's not REM, but when you look to your right and left, the provider does this, and you follow with their eyeballs the fingers going left and right, and it's to balance your left and right brain. It's worked for some, not all. Everyone's different. Yet, and then discussing, um, they'll ask you questions that may have been the roots of some whatever that your professional knows about privately, and you can uproot it by crying about it, getting those emotions up, and it will um, you know, be emotional, and that's good. You want to process it. You want to feel it and heal it, right? And then it won't be so intense, and you won't have to distract yourself with alcohol. You could find a healthy way to distract yourself, and you'll be okay. You won't have to because it won't be so intense. Let's see, HIJK, alcoholism. Okay, so where's my handy dandy flashlight? So alcoholism. So I'm going to read this from the Complete Dictionary of Ailments and Diseases. This was written by therapists, and it's about, let's see, Jack, Jock, Jacqueus Martel, and the most comprehensive dictionary dealing with the conflicted thoughts, feelings, and emotions at the root of illnesses. So in this book has all of the physical illnesses and the root, the emotional cause that your clairsentience, the physical um, reason that the emotions is kind of like trying, it's a red flag that this needs to be healed. Like people who have, well, anyways, let's stick to this topic here. The abuse of alcoholic drinks causes a whole set of disorders. Physically, the body changes and tenses. The brain's capacities and functioning diminish. The nervous and muscular system become tense and overtensed, similar to all the other forms of dependence. So, what relaxes that? Deep breathing from your diaphragm. That will relax that tension. The muscles will fill up with oxygen and relax. Like mothers, we know this when we deliver babies, right? And also, alcoholism manifests itself mainly at times when I need to feel a deep affection or inner void, an aspect of myself that is truly poisoning my existence. I can drink effusively for various reasons to escape my reality. Whatever the situation, conflict or other, because of something that does not suit me, to resist my fears toward authority, especially paternal, and those I love. So when we get out of our head and into the sun, we enjoy sports, something active, that is a better fulfillment than using a depressant alcohol that will cause more pain, physical issues, and stuff like that. So we don't want that. We want good stuff. Because I am afraid that I may unveil myself one day to expose who I really am. You know what? Expose who you really are. Dance like no one's watching. Talk like nobody's watching. And if you guys are talking bullshit on the other side, I don't care. I can laugh at myself. Um, I'm human. We're all human. And nobody who's successful lets other people bother them, especially if they're not, um, you got to consider the source too. So if anyone is, placing a bet or a race, so what? Be yourself. Come out and be yourself. And everyone has likes and dislikes. You fucking hate me? You fucking hate me. You fucking love me? You fucking love me. It's it's all only love anyways from the divine. So this is not, hopefully it'll stop a cycle event, that needs to be helped. And I pray that Jesus Christ will bring truth to a lie. As Sonia Elysius on her channel asks us to do. And I think that is so genius, really genius. Understanding um, this information also brings health to, naturally we have to balance ourselves spiritually and with the matrix world, and not too much on, I would say the ego side is toxic, more toxic than being more spiritual. But we do want to take care of our physical life and relate to others no matter what level they're at. And um, without a question, when we learn and we understand, and when we write and we journal out our questions and pray and or ask our angels to help us with the answers, then we don't question ourselves, especially when someone wants to know why you don't let other people bother you. And it's just, you know, getting to know yourself is getting to love yourself. And um, that's a big part of it. Divine, my own truth is a big part of it. And, I don't have to chant. I don't have to wake up every morning and try to do um, spells on other people or anything like that, because I know divine and the whole heavenly realm has got my back and is real. That's um, very important to me. So, um, to expose who I really am, to give me the courage to move forward, to speak, to confront people. Note that if I am a bit tipsy, I am often more open because I am less fixated on my inhibitions. It gives me a feeling of power and strength. And some people, I'm surprised, have any inhibitions after what they do or have done. Anyways, okay. It gives me power in an emotional relationship because my state will surely bother the other person. I no longer see situations that may be threatening to me. I live in solitude and isolation with guilt, misunderstanding, inner anxiety, and some form of abandonment, family or other. Well, everyone, we have to accept people the way they are. Everyone has their own personality. And okay, we watch a theater, we go to a theater, we watch a play. Each character has a different personality and way that they live, and different spiritual levels. So, like the high priestess, you have to just accept them the way they are. And as long as they're not hurting themselves or anyone else, and that um, we shouldn't try to um, force anyone or expect anyone to be anything else than themselves, because that's what makes life better. Obviously, art, theater, music, um, architecture, design, um, decorating, clothes, um, you name it. Everything that is unique and a major creation, even online now, there's websites that are amazing because people just, you know, they enjoy it, or maybe it's relaxing to them. They just like to spend hours on their hobby and it comes out really cool. I mean, you know, framing pictures. I was framing pictures when I was like 19 in an apartment, and I just kind of added some like pink cellophane, and it was like, um, the way I just had it flowing with the colors and coming out of the frame. I got a lot of compliments on that, and I just kind of like, I don't know, I'm part artist, so there's everything in everyone is creative. That is our spark of God. And that's what makes life amazing. Um, so, and I have the feeling that I am useless and worthless. No, everyone is useful. It's up to them to decide to do it, right? And we have to make the decision if we want to make it work. We have to do the blood, sweat, and tears because um, that's just the way it is, you know? And nobody else to blame but anyone else. We all have to work for it, not steal it from others, because that is illegal. It's a universal law that is illegal. And God has spiritual court for those holding those accountable because they don't. They don't want to hold themselves accountable. So this is a part of our feeling worthy. We are worthy. We're children of God. That's why God wants us to step up and have big responsibilities. And we all will have a job to do, especially when the galactics on 5D. That's just how the team works. That's how the community works. Everyone does their part. Everyone carries their own weight. So inept, inferior, and incapable, these words make me want to vomit because that's just lies. And that's something that, like, demonic, something that low vibrational bullshit would want to tell someone to keep them like that so they can attach or be taken over their vessel. They want the body, the human body, because they can, have that physical to, you know, write, sign the name or something. And you know what? I do not consent to that. I do not consent to any black magic, any low vibrational sent my way. I do not consent to any um, low vibrational um, creatures who want to um, enter. No, anything, nothing. The angels have got me in a total protected dome. My ancestors, especially too. Divine, the whole. I mean, it's all one. They're all unique consciousness, but all with one. And you have to realize that we are so much more than um, what manipulation tactics are. We have our own specific song DNA. That's how much our creator loves us and knows that we are special, was is made special. Um, so someone who has confined themselves in an overly rigid principles don't. Okay. We fight against principalities, okay, that are not on a 3D vision, that there are, um, we have to put on the armor of God, definitely. As I believe that I don't deserve any love and happiness. Okay, that's bullshit. There's a lot of people who have been redeemed and changed their life and healing who have done heinous crimes and tell their testimony, tell their there's a lot of people who have. You're not the only one. You're not alone. You are love. You're deserving of love. If your heart beating, God is loving you. God is sending the electricity to your heart, okay? Everything in your body and your soul is energy. So you're already love. You're already made of divine. You just have to wake up to it. You're believing the lies that you're asleep to. You're in some kind of like hypnosis that is absolutely not of what God made. We are we have a intelligent vessel that works for us, our body and our energy of the heavenly realms. I find myself in a cold environment where nobody understands me instead of building solid relationships with people. Okay, well, God covers us when we feel nobody understands us. God covers us with his word, with the love. And I know it sounds gross, but Jesus covers us with his blood. It's the blood, the precious blood that has the DNA, has the genes in Genesis, right? God used the word, and it was created. So you are worthy, and God has the last word on everything too. So anyone who abuses it will be held accountable and um, dealing with Most High. Anyways, so I do it with alcohol, which becomes my best friend. I don't find my place in society. In the past, I used to live intensely. I could experience the intoxication of speed, of heights, of nature, and all disappeared from my life. I therefore needed a little boost. Often I want to escape a conflict or something that is hurting me by drowning my sadness or any other emotion that I have trouble dealing with. Okay, so when you when you balance your bank account, if you have to be drunk to solve that problem, think about that. You don't want to fuck with that. So consider your emotional bank account just as important as your math, all right? Balancing your bank account. You don't want to screw yourself. And it's above, so below. It does show in your health, your physical health. It does show in your karmic health. It does show in your all accounts. That's why it's good to be accountable and to be sober. I don't feel myself supported in a situation. Okay, well, support yourself, and you have the entire heavenly realm that supports you. And alcohol becomes my support, my crutch. No, I understand. Like a glass of red wine is good for the heart, one or two. Everything needs a balance. When you abuse it and do too much of it, then it's a problem. And when you use it as a crutch to escape something, you're going to jack yourself up, right? Just think, am I going to get drunk or am I going to be sober when I need to solve a math problem, balance my bank account? Consider everything in your life accountability of your money because it's all energy. Your emotions is energy, your karma is energy, good or bad. Our feelings is energy. Um, our thoughts, feelings, emotions, it's all energy. God is energy. Um, the words that we send out is energy. Numbers on a wall is a vibration, is all energy. So we have to be sober when we want to solve these problems. Every once in a while, yeah, I get it. You know, drink and relax, but not to where you're in a stupor or, God forbid, drive a car or watching children. I mean, we have to use our common sense. And some people, common sense ain't so common. So we do need to be the adult. So alcoholism can be related to one or more situations that make me tense. When I drink a glass of alcohol, this tension diminishes, and at first I register that the connection seems to be tension, alcohol, well being, which means that as soon as I feel tension, I have a glass of alcohol and I feel better. The result being that I may thereby develop a sort of automated response to tension. And every time I feel any tension, it is inscribed in my brain that I must have a drink of alcohol in order. So you just hypnotize yourself. And you also, like working out in the gym, you get your second breath when you walk long or run long or jog. Um, and alcohol is also fattening because of all the sugar. Um, and there's also GMOs in it, and I heard. So I drink of alcohol in order to feel better. One source of alcoholism is a difficulty I experienced as a child in dealing with a family where one of the members, often the mother or father, was an alcoholic. So it's a learned behavior. Narcissism, a learned behavior where, they didn't like it the way parents would have treated them, but they find themselves doing it. No, that's what not to do. And deprogram and reprogram. There is generally more strife, sometimes physical and psychological violence or abuse of all sorts. Have you ever seen an alcoholic when their personality completely changed? They're mean or, um, you know, they really meant it. or, funny or whatever. It's still a health concern. People can be that way naturally. I may even want to disassociate myself from the family in which I am living and which does not suit me. There is the decline in my moral sense and courage. You need to practice your courage. The frequent scenes of strife provoke in me a devalued parental image and a deficient integration of ethical structures. I would have wanted to reconcile my parents as was no longer able to get by in this home that was destroyed. In my view, in some families, the addiction to alcohol is fostered by education. The adults having induced me as a child to drink it as a game or having made the regular consumption of alcohol a normal thing to do. The neurotic disorders of personality alterations that result from this have become powerful factors of alcoholism for me since I have nutritional complement provided by alcohol. Alcoholism can even induce hypoglycemic states where you feel a sugar drop and you can black out driving if you don't. It changes your blood sugar, it changes your breathing, as alcohol molecules can transform rapidly by temporarily into blood sugar. This explains why, if I am an alcoholic and I stop consuming, I may find myself consuming impressive amounts of coffee, a source of stimulation in the form of caffeine, and of sugar, pastries, or desserts, sources of sugar, which makes you fat. Sometimes I may smoke a lot because cigarettes provide a source of stimulation, heightened heartbeat rates, and I need to feel in shape. So, what can we do instead of that? Have a piece of hard candy. Have like I've been cutting back from my cloves, so I'll have like a piece of hard candy or some organic licorice. I like black licorice. I don't care for the red. And I'll have the tea. I'll have just read the labels. It is important to discover the sources of the sadness that is related to hypoglycemia and to find what causes it in my life. For I have not yet resolved this case. Other cause of alcoholism may be allergies, which means I may be allergic only to cognac, gin, rye, or scotch, etc. It would seem that only particular sort of alcohol may satisfy me. So let's see what time it is. Oh, okay. So it's almost an hour. Um, I will do a part two and say like this weekend. And I'm going to skip ahead and just tell you the affirmation. Okay. So light and despair. This is the affirmation. I accept my difference and fully take it on. I allow my unique qualities to express themselves. Aware, and that is in bold letters, AWARE, aware, that I no longer have to satisfy society's expectations. No, by allowing my inner fullness to grow, by drinking the love, that's also in bold letters, capital LOVE, lowercase OVE, and the gentleness that people, excuse me, and the universe want to give me. I no longer need to fill, quote unquote, FILL, myself to excess with alcoholic drink. And then we can make rational decisions that are reasonable. I call on the Holy Spirit. Okay, so this is the cup of love. You get this card in the tarot. Someone has an overflowing divine love to give. The ocean, the cup, and the dove. Okay, so I'm going to wish you guys actually have a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy your time with your family, and God bless you guys. Peace out. The divinity in me honors the divinity in you, collective. So, God bless you. Okay, enjoy.